We're going live here again, trying again. Sorry about that. Hopefully the sound, I don't know why the first time it always starts, it feels like the sound never goes on, so not sure why. So they're building the audience now, so we're going to attempt it again. If this doesn't work, I'm going to go back at it again and again. So there we go. Hope people are going to jump back on somebody quickly. Moniz, how you doing, girl? All right, Alejandro, did you hear me, Alejandro? Give me a thumbs up. Hello, Dottie. All right, hopefully we got the sound now again. Georgie, as always, love you. Always supporting. Love it, everybody is. All right, Alejandro, so you can hear me? You can hear me? Good. Love it, love it, love it, yes. So it was a great topic today, something my father taught me. So I definitely want to be talking about it, so I apologize. Thank you, Dottie. Alan, how you doing? Anna, how you doing? Good, you can hear me. Thank you so much. Thanks for being on. We're gonna give it just a couple minutes. So if you listen to the replay, you know, usually skip a minute ahead, two ahead if you don't want to hear this rambling going on. Actually, I ramble the whole time, so I guess that's all right too. Like I said, I just got to a meeting, so I apologize not being at 9 o'clock. Hello, Molly. Right on, doing amazing, Alan. I love it. So that's why I didn't get to do the 9 o'clock today, but you know, I pulled over. I'm actually in a rest stop right here. It's beautiful. Let's see if I can, without killing myself, just check this out, huh? I love it. Being out here in nature, wind, so it's a little different. So, Mike Lento, Coach Lento, what's up? Big week this week. I know he's got a lot going on. My main man, Mike, getting it. You'll turn him around, Mike. I know it. I know it. So. You're gonna love this topic, Mike. I guarantee it. You definitely live your life like this. So awesome. So a couple more, you know, a few more seconds. There he is. What's up, baby? You know it. Just doing my thing, man. Doing this live stuff. I love it. It's fun. I get to ramble, you know, and no one can talk back to me. That's the best thing about it. Hello, Janet. How you doing? Sorry I'm a little late today. No, 9 o'clock. So we'll be at it tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Don't worry. You know, shine at 9, that's our thing. Shine at 9, right? Let your light shine. That's a whole topic we did the other day, was let your light shine. You know, I firmly believe that. So all right, I didn't have it like usually I kind of have some time so I can keep on point here, but all right. So Terry, how you doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Awesome. So like I said, I apologize. I was in a meeting already scheduled at 9, so I had to take care of some business up here. I'm in Wapakoneta, Ohio. Beautiful place. I have a beautiful team up there. Actually, you know, our whole team and our fab rehab side is just amazing. I love those guys. Been with me for a long time. Support the things that we do. Hello, Susie. So I'm going to talk about a topic today. You know, you saw in there, exercise is medicine. I was taught this at a very young age. My father, Fred, you know, basically beat this in my head, and you know, ever since I was a kid, I mean, my father always, he was a king of moderation. So we're going to talk about that. You know, sometimes you get a little bit out of whack with this exercise, but he was a king of moderation, and I learned so many lessons. You know, when my father was alive, you know, and really who I am today, I owe to him and my mother, really. And that'll probably be another topic at some point about them. But my father taught me a very valuable lesson. I remember my father's a physical therapist. Probably he's one of the best physical therapists that I know. And I remember, you know, as a kid, I used to be able to go to his nursing home with him. I used to be able to work with him. And, you know, so I'm like 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade. You know, we always made the beds and we did different things like that. So I really got involved in therapy at a young age. But I remember working in the clinic, and, you know, he always put people on a treadmill. It didn't matter what it was. If your knee hurt, you're on a treadmill. Your back hurt, you're on a treadmill. Your neck hurt, you're on a treadmill. You got a headache, you're on a treadmill. You're dizzy, you're on a treadmill. I mean, it didn't matter. He's on a treadmill. And I went there, I'm like, Dad, why do you put everybody on the treadmill? And here I think it's just a way to give him a little bit of time, you know, like to do notes or do anything to manage his patients. And it wasn't. He told me this. He says, Nick, if I can get people in there, I'm going to have them for 3 times a week for at least, you know, 4 weeks, you know, so I'm gonna have 12 visits with them. So if I can get them on a treadmill for 10 to 15 minutes every day for 3 times a week, I promise they're gonna start to feel better. When they start to feel better, okay, they're gonna, you know, I hope I can start to make a habit of exercise. And he knew that with the daily exercise, hello Shirley, a little bit of exercise every day, okay, he knew people would be better. And it wasn't going out running marathons. It wasn't working out, hard, doing HIIT workouts for an hour. It wasn't crazy things like that, okay? He thought, 10 to 15 minutes to 20 minutes, he would work them up. And I'm talking, we had people that were, very, very obese, 200 pounds overweight, 300 pounds overweight. People with knees, we used to hook them into a harness and lift their weight up so they could walk. I remember being at, Green Springs is where I worked out when I was a young kid. And we'd have spinal cord injuries and head injuries, and we would actually brace our legs up. And he had people moving all the time, walking, even when they couldn't. He would hold them up from the back, and me and my brothers would move each leg at a time. Move a leg. He would move. A therapist would be on both sides. 4 people would be helping these people stand up and walk. And, he always spoke to me, exercise is medicine. Exercise is medicine. And, I was like, as I got older, I started to realize, this. And unfortunately, when I was 19, 20 years old, back in 88, my mother passed away. She died of breast cancer. And I remember sitting there, Dad, and, people coming to the house, it was devastating. She was 48 years old. They were a young couple. We had, my younger brother was only, 17 at the time. And, I had my older brother and older sister, but a young family, I'd say at 48. That's how old I am right now. And I feel young. And, so I remember, people, wanting to get on sleeping meds. And I'm not saying don't get on sleeping meds or, whatever it is. Whatever you're going through, I'm not saying don't do that. That's up to you. I'm just giving you an example of what my father did and how I believe also. And I remember my dad telling me, I don't need that, and he wasn't sleeping. I think it was 2 or 3 days. His wife just passed away. It was rough on him. And, he wasn't sleeping. He said, what? I'll sleep when my body's ready. I'll sleep, when it's time to sleep. I'll get tired enough to sleep. If I don't deal with what I'm going through now, I'm gonna have to deal with it later. So if I use something, to kind of like stop me feeling what I'm feeling and stop me going through the pain, stop me going through the emotional things that I had, I'm gonna have to go through it sometime. I might as well get through it now. And he told me, he goes, all I need is exercise. And that's really where I really see my father step his exercise game up as far as daily. He started doing triathlons at that time. He started swimming at that time. And he threw everything into, instead of being, and I'm not saying he wasn't depressed. I wasn't saying he wasn't sad at all. But what I said is, he told me that, Nick, in the worst times, go for a walk. In the worst times, go for a run. That is medicine. Okay? So wherever you're at physically where you're at in your life right now, I don't know, you may be in great shape, maybe in, not so good shape. Wherever you're at right now, hello, Jill. Hello, Shirley. Yes, I agree too. Hello, Amy. So wherever you're at, right now in your life, if you're not exercising at all, okay, a little bit of exercise, go for a walk. So instead of reaching for that, unfortunately, we get, depressed, and we have bad things happen to good people a lot of times, what I mean? So what do? We reach for the food, and we have that comfort food, right? And we eat to feel, we think it makes us feel better, but it really makes us feel worse, okay? Instead of reaching for that alcohol, reaching for those drugs, or releasing whatever else that you're trying to escape an issue, get into that issue, go for a walk. Like I said, I'm not diagnosing anybody. I'm not saying that, but I agree with, really exercise is medicine. No matter what ails you, no matter what's going on, okay? Exercise can clear your head. And here's my philosophy too, is when I run, everybody, some people on me may know, may not know me. I do 100-mile runs. I do, for me, I'm not going to say I don't go overloaded in exercise. I'm going to do that 10K of burpees, which is going to be 22, 23 hours, what I mean? So of burpees. So I'm not saying, I'm not the best example here of exercise, but what I am saying is this, is if you get out there, okay, and do a little bit, and my philosophy is I don't use any headphones. I ran 100-mile runs, no music, none. I go for 4 or 5. Hello, Allison. Oh, nice to see you. Thank you. Yes, let your light shine. That's right. So this is what I would do is, I go out there for 4 hours, 5 hours, and only in my head. And sometimes it's a scary place to be inside my head. If anybody knows me, I'm not all there. What I'm saying? I got 8 million thoughts going in my head. But here's what it does. I know that it calms me. Okay, I know I can work through so many different issues, and what I do in my philosophy is this, is when I go for a run, or I go for a walk, or I'm out there and I'm exercising, what I do is I almost think of a thought as a cloud. I let it pass. I don't really reflect on it. I don't dwell on certain things. I kind of let a thought come in and I let it go, and I let the next thought come in. And sometimes it's like a storm, a thunderstorm. The clouds are, it's whirling. It's almost like a tornado. You know what I'm saying? It's going in my head. But that's okay. I'm running. I'm exercising. Okay, and I know when I feel better, that's kind of like, for me personally, is my meditation. So what I want you to do is really look at your life and start using medicine, okay? Exercise as medicine, okay? Start using that, so taking that time out. If you're 0 on your physical scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being the worst and 10 being the best, take that time, okay? And go start exercise. That's okay. Go for a walk. You know what I mean? There it is. Maybe it's only a little. Yes, Lucy, fantastic. Eric, yes. Maybe it's just a 5-minute walk today. Then it's a 10-minute walk. And all of a sudden, you know what? And maybe you hurt and you're sore after you exercise. That's okay. But here's the thing. Keep on doing it. You're going to get better. And I'm telling you right now, when you reach for that instead of reaching for that food or reaching for something to escape, okay, and you face it head on and you look at it and you do it from day to day, okay? Hello, Tina. Got everybody there. Big Al. Hello, Harv, Nikki, Steven. All right. Instead of, escaping sometimes, it's okay to go after it and go for that walk and dwell on, and really go through it. And it's going to hurt. And sometimes there's, like a pain. And the toughest thing is facing yourself. Okay. Sometimes the toughest thing, okay, there you go, Andy. I agree with you. You get that 30-minute walk. So commit to yourself about doing that day-to-day thing. Okay, remember we talked about that consistency, those little things. Yesterday we talked about that little bit extra. You know what I mean? That doing that something special of being, doing it better. Okay, that's the same thing today. Is what I want you to do is look at how in your life can you add exercise in for medicine. And if you have to do, if you're feeling, down and you're having drama in your life or something else is going on, even if it's not, okay, having that exercise and finding something that you love, that you feel good about, okay, it's going to be an accomplishment. I like to do it early in the morning. This is me personally, because I get out of the way. Nighttime, sometimes it gets rough. I'm not going to lie to you. It gets hard. Sometimes I've missed my exercise, and I know that, but what I do know is if I'm going through hard times, I've always gone to exercise. That's one thing my father taught me that has stuck with me forever and will always stick with me. And I want to pass on to my children, pass on to anybody I can, is that, in the tough times, that's when you lean on exercise a little bit more. You know what I mean? And you work those things out. And really, if you need music to exercise, try it without it one time. Just try to go out there and do it for that half hour, 40 minutes, and be with yourself and be with your thoughts. It may be scary, but you know what though? In this busy world, I'm out here in this beautiful park, and the cars are whipping by, and my head is whipping by, and thoughts are going by. I like this because, I'm getting off subject here, but I love this because, I think things scrolling up and down on this, people messaging, and I'm looking at that, so that works well with my brain. So, but that's not always good to be like that in your life. I do need that calmness. My bride gives me that calmness. When I'm with her, that's my calming. You know what I mean? She really brings me, down to love, which I love. It's always worked good as I feel calmer with her. So have that calmness. Exercise does the same thing when I get done, especially after a long run or a long burpee session. You get out there for an hour or two doing something. Me personally, if it's a walk, that's maybe long for you is 15 minutes. That's okay. But for me, maybe you haven't been around, without having your phone in your hands or on a computer or talking to somebody, maybe you haven't done that, so maybe 15 minutes is a long time. But, for me, getting out there and doing that, when I get done, I have that peace. Okay, usually I'm the calmest. And you know what, it's interesting, when you do that, you open up so much more to ideas and things that you become to be better, to be more abundant. Okay, so that's another thing. If you want more in your life, you have to make space in your head and make space in your, with what you got going on. If you got too much going on, you're not going to be given anymore. You're just not. You only get what you can handle. So if you're having, we talked about the little details yesterday, right? If you can't handle the small things, you're not be given the big things. So that's what this goes along. That's what exercise actually helps you do. Is it really to clear your mind, to allow for bigger, abundant, better things in your life to do. So, absolutely, exercise is medicine. Don't ever let anybody tell you it isn't, because it is. I love it. have a great day today. Thank you for being a little bit later than what normal was. You know, as far as endorphins, definitely Jeff. And if anybody has any questions or topics, you know, for me, you know, I'm in, man. Throw me a question out there. Anything that you have, I'll give a couple seconds here. So if people have questions about exercise, what I do, or what I suggest, you know, send them out here. Type it in. Definitely love to hear your comments on that. Make sure you're sharing this. You know, one thing I ask you is, you know, if you like what you're hearing, you like these lives, you know, share them with a friend. Get somebody else on there. You know, if we can make a difference in somebody's life by listening to this, you know, I'm kind of just a crazy, you know, chiropractor here. Hello, John. You know what I mean? You know, I'm a crazy guy here, so definitely, you know, they may be just entertained by me. Maybe they just need to laugh. And, you know, I'm sure I'm making people laugh right now by, you know, I am a kind of funny looking guy. You know, so just, you know, share it with them, please. And, you know, like my lives, share my lives. You can subscribe to notifications so you know when I'm getting live. I'd love to have you on here. You know, but I appreciate every one of you. You could be abundant. Let your light shine always. The world needs you. More people need you out there to be ambassadors of health. More people need you to be out there to be a good people. Help more people. Go love on people. Love you guys. Thank you very much.